I've been doing this. People say, you've been in the game for these years. I do not like saying that because I'm not a part of some game. I'm not some player or anything like that, even though I've done player stuff. I never wanted to be a player. I never wanted to be a pimp or anything like that. But, facts are facts. And, so you can't deny the reality of stuff. But I was listening to one of the particular things that I listen to when they talk about, being pickup artists and all that cool stuff. And, what fascinates me about that stuff is not finding out about being a pickup artist because, it doesn't really intrigue me per se like it does the normal person because if you think about it, I've been a pickup artist since high school, and I'm not even going to throw my age out there. 40. No, I'm just kidding. 50. 60, dude. Since high school, I've been, I've been knowledgeable about, this particular subject and, living it to a certain degree on many different levels. So when I listen to some of the people that are out now because, I'm fascinated to hear that people one, is a community for this, and then two, that, people have their different perspectives and points of view where the subject is concerned. So I like to hear about these guys. It's almost like the fascination that a Michael Jordan will have with Kobe Bryant, or that someone like Magic Johnson would have with Allen Iverson, because these guys are old school and they see these younger guys coming up with all this amazing stuff. So you definitely want to pay attention to it. So one of the guys that I listened to, they actually shot down the movie Hitch, which is, I don't know, to me it's one of the greatest movies of all time. We included in our movie subject content of movies that we want guys to watch. And the guy said that the movie was fascinating, that he thought it was good, but he hated that it ended with a love story. And I find that a lot with the pickup artists or the guys out there, because in essence, like, you get people who didn't have access, and you give them access, and they think that the access means success when it doesn't. The core of what you are as an individual is where you find your true success, because I could shape you into something that I want you to be, but if it's not in you as the core of who you are as an individual, you're always going to gravitate back to what you should be as a core individual. So to those guys, I would say, being a player isn't the core of who we're made to be. Because if that's the case, then, why do you have these pimps who have wives? And why do you have, like, some of the major pickup artists, like, crying over a girl breaking their heart that they love so much? Or why do you have, like, some of the major pickup artists and, they have access to thousands upon thousands of women that would beg to be with them and that would love to snatch the loincloth off these guys and, give them BJs on the spot. They have all this access, but they have a girlfriend. Like, why, So the guys who kind of put down the movie Hitch was saying, it sucks because he wound up falling in love with the girl in the end. But in essence, it's not an American story for it to go that way. It's more like a real life story, because you never want to be the old player that's 80 years old still trying to play the game, which my dad was. My dad was 91 years old when he died, and he was still trying to be a player. But check it out. Even with him doing that, he had one woman that he was dedicated to, and it wasn't my mom. I'm going to holler at him when I get to heaven about that, man. It was this one woman that he kept around because he was setting up for someone to be available to him and to love him in his old age, and he set that up. And in essence, like, why did he need that? He could have had 100 women to do that. Papa was a Rolling Stone, and wherever he laid his hat was his home, seriously, for my dad. And it made me question, like, these guys who are, pickup artists or in the game, per se, and they're out here, kind of like teaching everybody to become these huge players or pimps. I don't knock them for doing that. I mean, you got to do what you got to do sell your product, and sometimes they're not selling their product. That's who they are as individuals. But in essence, like, later on, you should revisit those clients and tell them, like, hey, I got a girl now.
Yeah.
All that stuff I said before was BS, dog. Get a girl, And, it kind of takes me back to, one saying that I live by. Don't let the devil build an empire on the foundation of your insecurities. Do not let the devil build an empire on the foundation of your insecurities. That is huge. As soon as you get that, you'll be so much better in life, because when you do stuff, it'll be based on your intentions and not on the intentions of the person that is teaching you and destroying your life, and they're not going to take care of you after.